Today's video, I'm going to be talking about why the Winter Outpost Remastered Dungeon is underrated. Alright, we're here in a new Winter Outpost Dungeon. And basically, what I'm going to show you guys is here, right here, in the left side of your screen, you're going to be seeing the new Winter Outpost. And right there in the other side of your screen, the right side, you're going to be seeing me running through the old Winter Outpost. Now, if you're going to notice a few differences, is that the new map is more detailed, it has more enemies, and basically it's better for like newer players to learn. Also has like better entrances, for example this gate, and well has better detail. Also another thing that I'll run in later in this video are the more unique mobs, which is something I always find very important for new beginners than just two mobs, one that chooses a straight line and another that does just attacks you straight forward. So I think that's definitely massive improvement. Another thing that we're heading over here is the first boss of the Winter Outpost dungeon, the Kundra Chimera. I don't think new dungeons having two bosses is absolutely amazing because it gets them more used to having multiple bosses for future dungeons. Unlike the Winter Outpost dungeon that has only one singular boss. I also think the detail here in this bridge is absolutely amazing. And, well, it's a better design and scenery compared to, well, the Winter Outpost that you can see on the other side. Well, that is why I think the new Winter Outpost dungeon is better. Let's go on and move on to the next point. My next point of why I think the new Winter Outpost and maybe even New Desert Temple are underrated is because of, well, how it treats newer players. I know that the higher level players are more interested in late game content, which is normal, but I think this new dungeon is a lot better. Why? It's basically because it's a new upgraded experience for newer players. But I know for most old players, they have nostalgia on the old Desert Temple and the old Winter Outpost, and say that version is better than the remastered. But if you were a new player, never have seen before, it is pretty obvious that the newer dungeons are better designed, better looked, and can increase the newer player's enjoyment towards the game and challenge, and not have an extensive super mega skill gap between one dungeon, like Winter Outpost, all the way to Pirate Island. So I think that's why it's better to have these new remastered dungeons. Let's move on to the next point. Alright, right here, we're in Winter Outpost Easy. Now, one of the good things that I like of this new remastered dungeons, and I think every single dungeon should have this, it's the difference between mobs and difficulties. For example, here in easy difficulty, we have 3 Frostwalkers on the first row, 2 Frostwalkers in the second, and 5 Frostwalkers on the third. Just Frostwalkers here, with a total of 10. Now let's go ahead and move on to medium difficulty to see how they are. Now we're in medium difficulty, and if we look at the mobs here, they're a bit different. Right here in the first row, instead of 3 Frostwalkers, it's 2 and a Frost Mage. 2 Frost Mages, and then 3 Frostwalkers and 2 Mages. Which means it is a total of 7 Frostwalkers and a total of 4 Mages. A change of mobs. But now if we look all the way into hard difficulty, it will be even more different. Let's take a look. Now we're in hard difficulty. Now if we go ahead and take a look, mobs have changed once again. Instead of just the first row, it's pretty much the same, but the second row has 1 more mage. And if we go all the way to the back, there's 1 more Frostwalker troop. This, in the hard difficulty, in the first room, there are 9 Frostwalkers and a total of 6 Frost Mages. Well, that's why I think the new Winter Outpost is underrated. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, there's another video right there you can click to watch. I think you'll like it. And feel free to subscribe if you enjoyed. Waddle on, my friend.